Hello, happy Wednesday. I'm home. It's supposed to be my first week back with no kids here, but I have 2 kids home. So my daughter, it's her last day before going back to school for the tonsillectomy. Her ENT wanted her to stay home. And then my older daughter has like a sore throat virus that my husband and I have been dealing with. So I'm not alone, but that's why I'm a stay-at-home mom too. So I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'm excited to be live with you. I was just going through my podcast recordings and making shorts from them. So I'm excited to kind of get that out there. And I'm starting with Jen Stevens and Ryan Johnson, very well known in the fasting community. So I'm getting their shorts all out there. So I'm excited about that. I hope you guys enjoy just kind of little snippets from their podcast interviews. And I think since telling you guys last week that I'm really tossing around the idea of pausing on the podcast, that the more I share it openly and you guys are pretty receptive and understanding, the more likely it is that it's going to happen, because I love doing the interviews when I'm doing them, but it's very stressful. For example, I have some coming up and I already feel like personal conflicts with doing them, and I just want to remove that hurdle in my life. So it's just a peace-seeking move. So it does kind of bum me out, but we have questions and we will get to them. And I did remember to bring Harold, my gummy bear here, named after viewer Harold. So let's see here. Jennifer says, would you ever consider doing a video with your favorite element drink combinations? I think that's a great idea. I would love to do that. I will write that down as an idea here. Got my notepad, and I like that idea. So yes, I actually really enjoy making different element drinks and mixing it with different things. So I will do that. Thanks for the idea, Jennifer. Okay, I grabbed a pen that's not working. Again, the joy of lives. Element drink ideas. And let's see, Jennifer said something else. Would you consider channel membership or a Patreon for extra content? I don't think I'd do a Patreon just because I feel tapped out on what I do as far as extra. And I have a channel membership, but I don't do extra content with it. The stuff that's included is just access to like membership gummy bears or emojis, which includes a gummy bear. And then things like, for the community fast, which I see Dawn has a question about that. I'm going to have, I don't know where, I got to figure out where, probably a Facebook closed group for members only if people want to do the fast and have like access to chatting. And I'm doing a paywall, not to make money from it, but simply because if people have skin in the game, we don't have trolls, because trolls love to live on YouTube, and I don't want people to be sharing personal successes, sharing personal struggles with the 72-hour fast, or posting pictures, and then have it open to the public, because if I share it to 73,000 people, there are going to be negative comments, and I want people to feel safe and secure. So a slight paywall just keeps people having skin in the game and really reduces the risk of people just coming to pee on our parade. So, but I do want to put more content out on my fasting channel, but I don't think I'll do a members only thing, just because then kind of the same with the podcast. I feel very responsible to whoever I have scheduled. I feel very responsible to the time that they're taking out. And I really like to do YouTube. And as a stay-at-home mom, when I do YouTube and I don't have I don't have a schedule per se. So if my kid's sick today and I have to put off filming until tomorrow, that's my own schedule. I can deal with it. I can go with that flow. But when I have promised someone something because they paid me as a member, I don't want that. I don't want to say burden, because I would like to give extra stuff to people, but I don't want that weighing on me. I guess that's probably like the weight of owing someone something. So it's very unlikely that I will ever do that. Same with coaching. That's another reason I wouldn't ever want to coach. I don't want to owe someone my time and answers, and it's very stressful to think of that. I like the current way things are. Let's see. Dawn says, hi, Jackie, and fellow Fasting Foodie friends. She's not here live. Well, we miss you, Dawn, but I wanted to ask, is there a date set for the next community fast? I did see this, and I wrote down the dates, but I left them over here. I'll be right back. Oh, no. Hi, Mom. My mom's here. Last week, she tried joining this one about a week early. Glad you're here, Mom. Okay, so before coming on the live, I did write down the dates for all 4 quarterly fasts so people can plan for them. This is just the easiest way, but I'll say them. March 3rd through 6th. These are Sunday through Wednesday. 2nd through 5th for June. September is the only one that it's not the first Sunday through Wednesday because of Labor Day. Obviously, the holiday weekend, I don't think we're going to get much participation. September 8th through 11th, and then December 1st through 4th. So those are the community fasts for a 72-hour fast if we want to do them together. We did it September, we did it December, and I've really, really enjoyed knowing that we were doing them together. And again, I share those dates kind of as guides, but if you want to do it Saturday through Tuesday, or you want to start Monday morning through Thursday morning, 100% take it. Just know that you're doing it with others for part of the time. And it's just exciting. It's fun. And I'm excited. So March 3rd through 6th will be the next one. Great question, Dawn, even though I dropped the gummy bear on there and missed it. I have to go up again. This is gonna, woohoo. Okay. Hi, Nessa. George, hello. Still got those yummy looking steaks with words on them this time though. I'm so jealous here in Arizona. It is not a nice warm weather here, so I hope you're enjoying some warm sunshine where you're at. Hello from North Carolina. Hi, Heather. Alina's in St. Pete, Florida. Jealous, but hello. T says, hello, I lost 40 pounds for 2023. I mentioned I had a knee injury in the end of the year. I'm feeling much better. I'm glad to hear that and ready to get back on track with fasting and exercising. 20 hours will be my minimum. Good for you. What kind of exercise do you do with your knee? I mean, it sounds like it's better, but do you do a lot of walking? Curious what you do, but I'm glad you're feeling better and getting back on track. And I've thought of moving my minimum to 20 hours, but I do it so frequently that it might as well be my minimum. But some days, especially right before my period, 18 hours is enough. Hi, Patty. Hope you're doing well. In Georgia, another warm area. Nessa said, I have a fun idea. Would you ever want to compile 500-calorie meals from fellow fasting foodie friends and share them for all to see? I love that idea. That's another good one. I'm going to write that down. People could send me like a photo or a video and then kind of write out, and then I could share that. I think that'd be amazing. And I have 3 of the, I think I'm going to do 5 of them. They're all Aldi because I love Aldi. If you don't know, I have a channel where I grocery shop at Aldi, but they're 3 or 4 500-calorie meals, super simple. They're starting very, very simple, like almost no prep, but every month I'm going to have an Aldi 500-calorie video coming out because I was looking and the 500-calorie videos seem to do well and people like them, and I haven't made them in a while, but I love that collecting from you guys. Sorry, taking notes here, but I like that idea. That's a really wonderful idea. I think having fun 500-calorie meals that are enjoyable makes it much easier to do them. Oh my goodness, James, that's funny. I'll let you know. He might be on board with that. He says you don't have to live with her. I can be kind of grumpy, guys. Alina says, I'm a volume eater and portion control never works for me. I eat until full no matter what. OMAD works well for me to feel full and not gain. Is this part of why you choose OMAD rather than portion control? That is not part of it. That is like pretty much all of it. Because pretty much exactly what you said. I know I've said this before, but I remember going back, you travel with your basketball team and we'd all stop at Burger King afterwards. I'd eat my whole meal and I'd eat everyone's leftovers. And I remember in my mind thinking, how do they have leftovers? I've always been someone that eats volume and I liked it that way. And the thing is, when people see that I eat a large meal, they think I'm like, I don't. I feel actually pretty satisfied. So I eat volume. And I know that there are people that graze all day. That wouldn't work for me. And the same way that wouldn't work for me, I know that eating a volume, like Alina likes to do, like I like to do, isn't for everyone. And so that is 100% how I fell in love with OMAD, is I got to have that satisfactory giant meal and not feel bad about it. Because when I did Weight Watchers, I had to portion control. When I tried to do calorie restriction and it's all day long, you don't get a high volume meal because you're trying to spread everything out throughout the day. Well, when I found OMAD and I could eat foods that I liked and I had the volume of the dinner and it was satisfactory, it was like, yeah, I can make this work. It's so easy. It's enjoyable. Yep, that's exactly why. And that's one thing that I think that people don't know, is I didn't start intermittent fasting and then decide to be a volume eater. I've always been a volume eater, so this helps me to keep it like focused, I guess. I have a spider crawling on top of my computer. It's very distracting. Alina says, what type of exercises do you do or maybe want to try? So the only thing I do regularly is walk. I like to walk, and I love to walk in my neighborhood. At the dog park, I'm trying to train my dog to walk. People will walk laps. It's a 4.5 acre fence. The older she gets, the more we're able to kind of walk, and then she can play and walk with me. I love to walk. We just got a treadmill. It's in front of the TV. I can watch a show of Suits, walk on an incline, and I enjoy it. That's the only thing I really enjoy. I would love to get into a stretching routine. I think stretching is like very relaxing mentally, and I think it's really good to keep like my muscles not super tight, which they are. But I've never gotten into a good rhythm of that. I also like kettlebell routines. If I like understood better how to weightlift, I think I would like that. I don't really like running. I don't like things like the elliptical, anything where it's like I lose my breath. I don't like to do that. But weight training, I would like to get into that. I say that, but I've never really been much that sticks with it. But I do. There's a kettlebell workout that I was doing when I did 75 hard in addition to my walks. I really liked it. I don't know why I stopped doing it after that. But it was only like 30 minutes long, and it was pretty like full body. You worked up a sweat, but it was also not something where you did it for 30 minutes in a row. You did something, you took a break. You did something, you took a break. And I enjoy it. Just listen to one of YouTubers, Mindy Pelz, I think. She says OMAD is not good for a woman because we eat this much protein in one meal. What are your thoughts? One, I'm not at all medically inclined. So that is where my perspective is coming from, is I tried OMAD. It works well for me. I don't track my protein. I've seen lots of benefits. So when I see so I have all that behind me. So then when someone says it's not good for a woman, well, it was good for this woman. I share it as a very realistic, day-to-day eater, still found success point of view. I'm not at all able to tell you medically what works well for you. I really loved her book. I read Fast Like a Girl, and I think there's a lot of compelling information in there. But because I find success doing OMAD, the thing I do need people to realize is I don't do a 30-minute eating window every day and fast 23 hours. I fast 18 hours and I'll have a 6-hour eating window. I'll have a 4-hour eating window. I'll have a 15-minute eating window. I really give variety, and I try to listen to myself. So if I'm feeling extra hungry right before my period, I do honor that. But I don't do it based on like tracking my cycle. I don't have anything to refute what she says. I do, however, know that I find success going from not doing OMAD to doing OMAD. So I feel comfortable sticking with OMAD because it's been very good for me. If people don't find it successful, I have no reason. I don't think there's any reason for them to not try other schedules, to try syncing with their cycle. It's just not something I've done. Coco says, I agree with your time commitment perspective. I am the same way, prefer flexibility. Yes, and if it was just me, it wouldn't be a big deal to have things on my calendar, but I swear, it feels like everything happens on days where I have time commitments. I'm like, no, there's something there. And I honestly, one of the reasons I became a stay-at-home mom was to reduce friction in our life, and I just need it. Okay, James, I'm going to just ignore that comment. Please don't make those again. That honestly... Oh, thank you, Jackie. I'm just moving on, guys. Oh, goodness. Let's see. T says, I'm going through physical therapy, lots of stretching. I'm slowly reintroducing weights. My goal this year is more walking for mental health. I love it. That is exactly why I like to walk. It's physical, it's mental, and I hope your physical therapy goes really well, T. Danae, hello, how are you? Currently on a 40 or hour 52 of my 72-hour fast, feeling great. Thanks for all you do. Oh, well, thanks for chiming in. Love your little Disney picture. And congrats, 52 hours. Oh, a water fast. I missed that part. I've never done a water fast. I don't know why. I know why. I love my coffee. I really do feel like I should try one. I think it would be fun to document it, share it with you guys, maybe what the difference is. I just don't really want to do it because I love my coffee so much. I am kind of curious what it thinks of. Or I am curious what it feels like, what it thinks of. I don't know what that meant. But I just don't really want to do it to find out. Spiders come indoors in the winter. Yeah, spiders really, really do not bother me. It was just kind of like, if you wondered why I kept looking up, it was literally right above my webcam. I would move inside too if I were a spider. Heather says she does OMAD for the same reasons. I want it all. Feeling only partial full after a Weight Watchers meal, for example, makes me miserable. Full and satisfied keeps me happy and content until the next time. Exactly. And I really think that is underestimated, that content feeling. On top of like getting nutrients and eating the foods that you should, we also need to feel content. We need to feel good. And I can think of so many times, Weight Watchers, if I tried a new recipe, then I'd figure out, okay, I made this, I remember I did it. I don't at all remember the points, but I made zuppa toscana, which is sausage, kale, potatoes, heavy cream, Parmesan cheese, just like Olive Garden's. I made it in Weight Watchers, figured out what the points was, and then I had to figure out how many bowls I could eat. And it wasn't enough because I had heavy cream and it had the sausage, and it was just really, really annoying. Like, okay, I went through the effort of making a food that I really enjoyed, and then I felt not satisfied. And it just, that feeling of making a meal and not being able to actually enjoy it, because I also had points of my egg in the morning, and probably not an egg. Egg was like a 0 point when I did it, but you get the point. You're giving yourself little points all throughout the day, and then what's left at the dinner, it never was enough to feel satisfied and content. And I want to feel that content. I want to be able to enjoy the meal and be satisfied and enjoy the fruits of my labor. Well, that didn't really work out ever with points. So I'm glad I'm not alone. And that's actually one of the reasons that I share, is I know I'm not alone. I know there are many people like me that like the satisfaction of feeling full and eating a meal that you enjoyed, that you made, or that a recipe you look forward to, or going out to a restaurant. I'm not stuffing myself with everything in front of me just to feel extra, extra full. No, I want to eat that much. And I know you guys get it. Oh, thank you. Africa Moore loves the channel. Keep doing great things. I have no plans of stopping. Thank you very much for your encouragement. Ani says, bravo, thank you. Well, thank you to you. I'm not sure exactly what that was about, but I hate exercise apart from walking and swimming. Haha. You know what? Then walk and swim. That's exactly where I'm at. I love to walk. It's the only thing that I love, and that's why I do it. I really hate swimming. I can't swim. I can doggy paddle, and that's hard. But you know what? Walking's enough. I'll walk, and I'll be happy with it. And here's actually something funny. I said last week that one of my New Year's goals was to walk 2,000 miles. I like to walk, but as soon as I had it in my head to track it, it felt overwhelming. I'm scrapping that. I'm taking the 2,000 miles. I just want to walk more. I want to encourage myself to walk. So like at the dog park, as soon as I took the 2,000 miles out of my head, I still think it would be great, but I'm not going to track it. I'm not going to even look it up and figure out what I did. But as soon as it was just like, oh, my goal is to walk more, I've started doing laps more instead of just standing as she plays in an area. I just am trying to encourage myself to do it. I like it. It's good for me. That should be enough. And as soon as I had the tracking on it, it felt like a gray cloud over my head. I know, isn't that funny? It was literally like right above it. It was kind of funny. T says, I tried Mindy Pell's method and it just didn't work for me. I believe it overall complicated things. That's exactly how it would do for me mentally. I just listened to my body. I love her book and took from it what I needed. Very good book, though. T, I think we're twins. That's exactly. I love the book. I would recommend people reading it. Take what works for you. I like simple. I'm eating or I'm not. I'm hungry. I'll open my eating window. I'll fast, feel good, and then I'll open my eating window again. I like the simplicity of that, so that's where I'll stay. Ooh, water aerobics. If I could float, I might actually like that. I just can't. I'm the goat when it comes to OMAD. I do it effortlessly. Good for you, TJ. I honestly very much feel like OMAD is easy to me because I'm really good at fasting. I can get there. I can eat. I really can eat. And then closing my eating window isn't hard for me, and fast again. Maybe I'm the goat. I'm just kidding. Doing OMAD saves you a lot of toilet paper. That's funny. So you're not one that has an upset stomach when you start OMAD. Are you constipated? Is that what you're telling me, Patrick? Here's another fun idea. I love your ideas. Thank you, Nessa. I am trying in my eating windows. Food theme days. Or this week a keto day, next week a vegan day, then an eating out day and a green day just for fun. All those are fun. This is another, you guys always get the behind the scenes, and it's very similar to this. I was at Costco, and I never really have paid much attention to all their pre-made meals. I've had one before brought to me when I had my son. A friend brought it, but I was like, they have a lot. Like the one that really caught my eye was the shepherd's pie, and it was, I think, $17. But by the time I make mashed potatoes with butter and cream and get the beef and make all the gravy, I was like, I want to make this. And I thought I should have my whole week of OMADs be Costco pre-made meals. Try them all. I'll have a grocery shopping video on it, and then I'll make a what I eat in a week OMAD, and all of them be Costco meals. But I do think it's fun. It's fun to play around. And you know what is really fun? We have the ability to play around. Your OMAD can be whatever you want to do. So you don't have to make it fit. You can do like, hey, this sounds fun. I want to do a keto day. I want to do this. And you're able to do it. Everything fits in your eating window if you allow it to. Cloud with TJ. I lost 30 pounds doing OMAD on and off. Good for you. I have a question. Why do you take Element on a daily basis? Wouldn't food do it for you? There's a lot of, I can't tell you exactly what it says off. If you read on Element's website, a lot of the sodium suggestion on a daily basis is under what we actually need. So when you fast, you do deplete your electrolytes. And so I just do it to help me to stay hydrated. And the only time that I make myself do it, well, one, I do really love the flavors. I think they're very delicious. So I enjoy drinking it. Like yesterday, just adding sparkling water and my grapefruit element, it was very enjoyable to drink it. So I like it. It helps me to not get the sore legs on a... So you asked about the daily basis. I only make myself do it on down days when I'm not eating all day. That's when I know that I need it. But I do feel like I just feel good taking it. I don't see any downsides of it. And if you do some research on Element's website, the recommended amount of sodium scientifically is shown to be under what we need. So it just helps you to stay hydrated. It helps you to replenish what you might be losing when I fast so much. And it's felt good. Constipated a lot. Well, I am curious if you're a beginner, because I think that potty problems, we'll just say that, whether you're constipated or having diarrhea, I've heard people have both. I had more of the diarrhea. Not that you want to know that, but as you become a regular faster, you then become more regular. One thing that I did that was really important at the beginning, because after I had the diarrhea issues, then I did become more constipated, is I took magnesium, like a capsule. I think it was 400 milligrams, and that helped me to become regular again. And then once I started taking Element, even though it's less magnesium, I stopped taking the magnesium because I didn't want to do too much, and I haven't had any issues. I am regular. When did I start OMAD and why? So George, I started OMAD almost right away. So I started fasting in June of 2020, and I think by the end of July, I was OMAD pretty strictly. And there was like literally a defining moment. I made a whole video on this, but my husband got a promotion. We went out to Carrabba's, and I sat down and I ate the bread. I had chicken mezzaluna, which is like a chicken ravioli and a creamy sauce. I had a salad beforehand. We got desserts. I had a martini. And by the time I finished that meal, I was like, I didn't pick over a diet menu like I would have done in the past. I didn't try to not eat the bread dipped in oil, which I would have done in the past. I didn't feel bad getting a martini. I didn't feel bad getting a dessert. I simply enjoyed the meal. I didn't try to make it as decadent as possible, but I also didn't try to make it diety. I sat down, I celebrated my husband, I enjoyed the meal, and I thought, wow, I could do this on a daily basis. It literally just felt like a life-changing moment. I could eat this meal, which obviously I can't afford to go to Carrabba's every night, and I can't afford, the time away from family to go out to eat every night. But it was just an illustration to me. Every day could be an OMAD that I love. And from that point forward, it just felt perfect. And every day I don't only eat OMAD, but it is definitely my go-to day to day. I do down days, I do up days, but I love OMAD. That is my favorite because I get to enjoy it. Simple makes fasting fun. I 100% agree. It doesn't feel like a chore when I'm not weighing, when I'm not counting, when I'm not deciding shouldn't I. It's either I'm eating or I'm not, and it's easy and it's enjoyable. Let's see. Oh, Darlene loves Costco meals. Give me some recommendations. I would really, really love that. If you have like meals that you like on a daily basis or a regular basis, because there's a lot more than 7 of them, and I would like to know which ones you prefer. Let's see. I've been doing 2 MAD. It works for me for now. I love it, Erica. I think it's perfect. You do what works for you. And you know what? If you get to a point where you're trying to break a plateau or you're trying to move on, you could go to OMAD if you want. And if it continues to work for you, you can stay at 2 meals a day. I think there are so many ways to make fasting work. Kylene says, glad I caught you live. I was just getting back on the fasting wagon, wanting to incorporate a down day with an up day. Feels so good fasting for 24 hours. Love it. And I say, welcome back to the wagon. Glad you're live. And let me know how the down day update goes. I haven't done that in a while with the holidays, but I need to get back on it. You're welcome. Thank you for being here asking them, Ani. Okay. Well, I know it doesn't make it better right now, but I do think your potty problems will work themselves out. That sounded like a horrible pun. It kind of was, but it does get better. I think I had horrible, as soon as I ate, I had to go to the bathroom. Then I had the constipation, and it's much, much better now. But magnesium. Let's see. Hello, Marcel. Little Miss Liberty says the Costco shepherd's pie is really good. Totally worth the price. Yes, that makes me excited because that was the one that gave me the idea. I thought I already had grocery shop for the week, but I was like, man, I need to buy that because it looks giant, and I love shepherd's pie. I absolutely love it. Okay, Patrick's gonna try that. Well, we've caught up, and it's just about time for me to go get my son. I have 2 girls that are here, but my son is gone, so I have to pick him up from school. Yes. Carrabba's was my aha moment. And actually, I look forward to going back there and recreating it soon. Hi, Debbie in Chile, Canada. I'm your neighbor in Chile, Michigan. It is so cold here today. I already went to the dog park, and it was not fun. And next week's going to be even worse. But I hope you guys have a great week. I really appreciate the video ideas. And I look forward to seeing you guys live next week. I'll have a video Saturday. Shorts going out, the huge. And then I probably will start up my Sunday lives again. I just forgot this week because I got out of the habit with Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. I'll be back at it. So have a great week, guys.